Hello, everyone. I'm Anna, and welcome back to English Conversation Studio. Today, Alex and I are going to talk about workplace English and how to communicate effectively at work. This is a very important topic because many people need English for their jobs and professional communication. Sometimes, even if you know English, speaking at work can feel stressful and challenging. Today, we will practice real-life workplace situations and help you feel more confident and prepared.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. Yes, workplace communication is different from casual conversations because it often requires clarity, politeness, and professionalism. At work, you need to express your ideas clearly, understand instructions, and communicate with colleagues and managers. The good news is that most workplace conversations follow common patterns and can be learned with practice. Today, we will go through different situations step by step and give you useful examples.
Let's start with arriving at work and greeting your colleagues. You can say, "Good morning, how are you today?" And then maybe add, "I hope you had a good day yesterday." This creates a friendly and positive atmosphere. It is important to show respect and interest in your coworkers.
Yes, and your colleague might respond with something simple like, "I'm doing well, thank you," or "It was a busy day, but everything went fine." You can continue the conversation by saying, "That's good to hear," or "I hope today is less stressful." These small conversations help build good relationships at work.
Now imagine you have a meeting. When the meeting starts, you can say, "Good morning, everyone. Let's begin the meeting," and then introduce the topic. You might also say, "Today we are going to discuss our plans and progress."
Yes, and during the meeting, it's important to share your ideas clearly. You can say, "I think this is a good approach," or "In my opinion, we should try a different method." This shows that you are active and involved in the discussion.
Sometimes you may not agree with someone in a meeting. In that case, you should be polite and respectful. You can say, "I understand your point, but I have a different opinion," and then explain your idea.
Yes, being polite is very important in professional communication. You can also say, "That's a good idea, but maybe we can consider another option." This way, you express disagreement without sounding rude.
Now, let's talk about asking for help at work. You can say, "Can you help me with this task?" and then explain what you need. It's important to be clear and respectful.
Yes, and you can also say, "I'm not sure how to do this," or "Could you show me how this works?" This shows that you are willing to learn and improve.
Another important situation is giving updates about your work. You can say, "I have completed this task," or "I am still working on this project." This helps your team understand your progress.
Yes, and you can add more details like, "I will finish it by tomorrow," or "I need more time to complete this." Clear communication is very important in teamwork.
Let's talk about emails and messages. At work, you often need to write short messages or emails. You can start with, "Hello, I hope you are doing well," and then explain your message clearly.
Yes, and it's important to keep your message simple and professional. You can say, "I am writing to ask about this," or "Please let me know your thoughts."
Sometimes you may have a problem at work. You can say, "I am facing a problem with this task," and then explain the situation calmly.
Yes, and you can also suggest a solution by saying, "I think we can solve it this way," or "What do you think about this idea?"
Now imagine you are talking to your manager. You should be polite and respectful. You can say, "I would like to discuss something with you," and then explain your point.
Yes, and it's important to listen carefully to your manager's feedback. You can respond by saying, "Thank you for your advice," or "I will work on this."
Let's also talk about teamwork. You can say, "Let's work together on this," or "We can share the tasks." This creates cooperation.
Yes, teamwork is very important in the workplace. Good communication helps everyone work better together.
Sometimes work can be stressful. You can say, "Today is a busy day," or "I have a lot of work to do."
Yes, and you can also encourage others by saying, "We can do this," or "Let's stay positive."
Finally, when you finish your workday, you can say, "Goodbye, see you tomorrow," or "Have a nice evening."
Yes, ending the day politely leaves a good impression. It shows professionalism and respect.
Workplace English may seem difficult at first, but with practice, it becomes easier and more natural. Using simple and clear language is the key.
Yes, confidence grows with practice. The more you use English at work, the better you become.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's conversation here on English Conversation Studio. We hope this workplace English practice helps you feel more confident in your job.
If you enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe to English Conversation Studio and support our channel.
Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends who are learning English.
Thank you very much for listening and practicing English with us today.
Keep improving, stay confident, and we'll see you again in our next conversation on English Conversation Studio.